Hello everyone, Ember here, and welcome back to a new video. In this one, I'd like to showcase a Delphox deck from the new set Chaos Rising, and it has been a lot of fun to try and make this work. Emphasis on trying to make this work. I sadly don't think this is the best single price deck in Standard, not by a long way, but once it does get set up, it can be very potent because Delphox can just swing for a whole ton of damage. But of course, it is a moderately fragile Pokemon, only 160 HP, and it is a dual type stage 2 deck. You're running two stage 2 lines, and there's no like additional support Pokemon like Fennekin, for example, or the Dunsparce. So things can get kind of annoying, even with the ability Flaring Magic. So yeah, it is a very strong ability, I will say that much. Once in your turn, you may discard a basic Foundry card from your hand, and then draw until you have 7 cards in your hand. And then Energized Storm for 2 Foundry does 30 damage for each energy attached to all Pokemon, which is yeah, pretty good. Like if you get plenty of energy in play, then you can one-shot stuff. Like that is a possibility with this deck. But at the same time, you do need a lot of energy in play. Like that's the thing, right? You need so much to work. So yeah, you need a lot of things to go right with Delphox. We do also have Emboar, of course, though. This is going to allow us to accelerate any number of basic energy from our hand as we like. So we only have a 2-2-2 line in here. This was originally a 2-1-2 line, but I found that if you prize Pignite, then it's just a bit awful after several games. So I was just kind of like, yeah, you know what? We will go into adding a second Pignite. And I removed a basic Farangy just to add the Pignite because I don't think you can really afford to remove much of the trainers. Like a lot of the trainers are really important, especially the Grand Tree spec, which is doubling up as another Rare Candy essentially. But as long as you have your Braixen and Pignite in your deck and you haven't prized any, then you will be able to get several uses out of this. Now, the downside, of course, is that your opponent's stage 2 decks can also use it, which, of course, is very annoying against stuff like Dragapult. But I think, realistically, against some like really high-class meta decks, like Dragapult, for instance, you're probably not going to beat them either way. So, like, it's not the end of the world, I don't think. Like, Delphox is a lot of fun, right? But it's not like an S-tier deck. I'm not going to sit here and say it's broken or whatever. So, you know, like, it's just a bit of fun, really. Also, this deck was running the Reshiram in the original list, the one that can do like 240 it is? Yeah, 240 for 4 energy. But I was kind of like, you know what? I would like some bench protection just to give me at least a little bit of a fighting chance against some of the spread decks in Standard. So that's why I swapped it out for a Shaymin. But, you know, you could add in Reshiram again if you wanted to. But, you know, 0 support Pokemon feels a bit rough. I know Delphox lets you draw cards and stuff, but it would be nice to have a bit more draw power in the deck for sure. But yeah, as for the trainers, we have a couple of ways of getting back energy. This is just energy retrieval in case you're wondering what that was. But yeah, just a nice little energy recursion as we discard with our ability and also as Delphox gets knocked out. We do also have 4 Rare Candy in addition to Grand Tree just because we need to get rolling as quickly as possible and hopefully take some big KOs. We'd also have the Stadium Prism Tower. Now, personally, I don't think the Stadium is super useful. Like, I'd maybe want to cut this for another supporter, but because our stadium is so important, like we have to run Colress Tenacity, so like it kind of makes sense just to have backup stadiums for eventually, like either in the early game when we have Colress, or if Grand Tree gets discarded, then we maybe want a counter stadium or something. But to be honest, it doubles as a bit of a draw engine, so that's nice. But again, discard 2 cards from their hand is pretty taxing. So like pretty taxing on an already very kind of like clunky deck. So yeah, bit annoying, bit frustrating, but it is what it is. Also got a rogue copy of Firebreather in here, a very fun card, just because it essentially gets 7 energy out of the deck, which I'm not going to do the math for you, but that's 7 lots of 30. So that's plenty of damage if you have Emboar and Delphox on the board. So if you do need to want to kill a Mega Evolution, then Firebreather is your guy. So yeah, that's kind of the deck in a nutshell. There's not too much else to talk about here, really. It's just a lot of energy and a lot of setup, but if you can get there, then you can do a whole lot of damage and you can one-shot Megas. I'm kind of hoping that in the future, once we've lost stuff like I guess like Dragapult to rotation, and if Emboar like sticks around at that point and we have like a lot of really good Megas in Standard, then maybe Delphox could do some work, like maybe even with like the new Toucan potentially. But as it stands right now, I think this is probably not the way to go. Like maybe Basic EX is a good shout, but yeah, currently as it stands, this Delphox Emboar may be a bit too slow and clunky to make it work. But let me know down below if you've had any success with Delphox, or you've been trying out a new build, and if so, do let me know. Feel free to share the souls, guys. Please, I'm desperate here. But yeah, I do like Delphox a lot. So yeah, let me know what you think down below. And yeah, thank you for watching. Alas, we have prized a Pignite, which is kind of problematic because it means that we'll have to rare candy this Tepig if we ever want to see more energy in play. So that's a bit concerning, but we will see what my opponent does. They are going to retreat the Ralts into the Iron Valiant, which is interesting. Honestly, I have no clue what my opponent is doing. There's a Feebas on their bench. Like, who knows what's going on here? But we can go ahead and do some rare candy stuff, which I think we're going to go ahead and do. Probably the active one, I'm guessing. Yeah, sure, I guess. Yeah, let's do this. Go ahead and do that. And then what I think I'm going to do here is not do that just yet, actually. We will go ahead and use Prism Tower. And I'm going to go ahead and actually discard a Delphox and a... Do I want to do Ignition? Lana's 8 is pretty brutal here, but I think... Yeah, I think we just have to get rid of Ignition. Alright, a Tepig. Fair enough. I can't really do much else. And yeah, I think we just Flaring Magic, actually. Draw some cards. Nice, get an energy. We could bump our own Stadium, which wouldn't be terrible, I guess. Let's get the whole squad out, I guess. Get them all down. And yeah, because we prize Pignite, we can't use our own Stadium, which kind of sucks. So we do have to put an energy down and just kind of pass. I suppose we could always Grand Tree a Basic, but I also don't want them to have Metagross. So I think, to be honest, I'm just going to pass here. And fingers crossed we can kind of just sieve through the deck a bit and draw into our other rare candies. Because we kind of just need to get our Emboar rolling, basically. Alright, so here's Mega Gengar. Not really going to do much for some of their attackers, but they are going to power it up, so Forward Gale will be a problem once we get to it. They are going to Lillies for 8, so they'll probably get a Dark Energy off of that. It's a wee bit scary. Milotic EX is not going to do anything for them, so, I mean, that's pretty cool, I guess. But yeah, Hypnosplash still one-shots us, but, I mean, he was already going to one-shot us anyway, so... Alright, they did just Energy Search for something. I don't know what. Alright, they get a Dark Energy anyway. That's fine. So yeah, Mega Gengar is going to do stuff, which is kind of annoying. I don't want to give them the Grand Tree. Okay, they're going to use their own Prism Tower, which is fine. See what they draw. They drop a Lacey and a Metal. What does Lacey actually do? I don't remember. Okay, nothing too crazy. Alright, there's a Gear. How do we want to do this? I think I do just want to Gear immediately. We whiff. Ooh, Rare Candy was kind of there. Yeah, how do I want to do this? I'm thinking, he says. Right, we probably want energy off this. Yeah, we'll grab energy. Just draw a bunch more cards, I guess. Hope for the best. I suppose I could detach energy and then we could Colress, but I kind of like this being stuck here, actually. I think I'm going to put an energy... Actually, can he give himself... No, we're fine. Yeah, I think I'm going to put the energy here, actually. Then I'm going to Colress. And we will get the other Stadium out the deck, but we won't play it just yet. I just don't want them to have, like, too much of a board presence, you know? Oh, actually, you know what? We don't have time for this. Let's just do it this way. Yeah, we will Grand Tree immediately. I was humming and hawing about it, but yeah, we need the board presence, so yeah, we'll do that. Get Braixen up. Get Delphox. Cool. And then now we can do Flaring Magic. And we will hopefully draw some more stuff. Alright, there's Rare Candy Pig. Good. We got there in the end. It was a bit slow, a bit clunky, but we did get there in the end. Then we want to Poké Pad for a Emboar, I guess? Shaymin's fine. Yeah, we'll take Shaymin. We'll leave Emboar in deck when we eventually draw Pignite. And then I suppose we could attack. We don't need to, though, is the thing. You know what? I'm not going to attack. I'm just going to wait. The next turn we will boss. We'll see what they do. See if they put another energy down. And we will just boss whatever they attach to. So yeah, here comes Metagross. Which is a bit annoying. What's this guy do again? Alright, he shouldn't be too much of a threat. Yeah, so they can Poké Pad for Kirlia. So they probably have Gardevoir in hand, I'm guessing. So yeah, Metagross is kind of ideal for us because it's a 2-prize Pokemon that we can easily one-shot. But it just becomes a case of like actually getting to it. But yeah, we'll see how this one goes. Okay, do you want to put the Exchange on? Okay, they do. Oh, is that the thing that takes away their weakness? I think it might be, you know. No, I want to see the energy. No retreat cost, okay. Fair enough. Okay, so how much damage are we doing now? Out of curiosity. 210? Yeah, I think we just take out Steven's Metagross. We could actually swing into Gengar, which might be a better play, actually. Yeah, I think we actually just swing into Gengar. Because we're going to have to knock it out eventually, right? Yeah, no, I think I'm okay with doing this. And then I will... Yeah, actually I'll use Flaring Magic. Cool. Draw some extra energy. Put an energy down on Delphox. Probably just another energy on Fennekin. I mean, we're actually not a million miles away. 300, 330. I don't think we can get there, sadly. But we can still hit them for 270. So yeah, we just have to like 2-shot Gengar. Then we deal with Metagross. Then we deal with Milotic. Or Kirlia, if it doesn't evolve. Or Iron Valiant, more accurately. But yeah, we'll see. So getting the early swing in takes off a bit of pressure for doing like 350 on Mega Gengar at least, so that's good. We are looking to use a Lana's Aid as well. But yeah, Mega Gardevoir is kind of interesting because they want to prioritize having a load of energy in play anyway, but not such a big deal for us. So we can take 3 prize cards at least. I'm hoping we draw Pignite. Pignite would be good. So we can get back a bunch of stuff this turn, which is cool. And yes, I think I just want to do this. Actually, did we have another Braixen in deck? I don't think we did. No, we didn't. So did we prize one then? Yeah, we must have prized a Braixen. That's so annoying. And we can probably bench Fennekin because they're not doing any spread damage. Right, we don't need the Poké Pads. Energy Retrieval was decent here actually, so we'll play that. Yeah, I probably should have saved Lana for when we had the the other guy. Put that down there. Then I will just accelerate the rest of this. Energy. Then energy. A lot of attaching energy in this deck. And then, oh, I should have saved one Flare Magic. That was silly. Never mind. And Poké Pad. Can't really do anything there. Alright, 360. Wow, okay. Plenty of damage, but not going to matter too much if we can't find some other stuff here, so I'm hoping these are good prizes. I would like these to be good prizes. Rare Candy, that's pretty relevant actually, so that's good. Right. My opponent might not put any energy in play, which is a problem, but they are choosing to attack with Gardevoir, so maybe they're banking on it taking a hit. Alright, they just put another energy on there. That's absolutely fine by me. Actually, what is the Mega Symphonia attack? Alright, so they're doing 200, okay. I was going to say, if they only had 3 energy in play, they weren't actually doing enough. But my opponent's just using X Boost anyway, like, they don't care. So, yeah, that's fine. I think we have game next turn. Because I think we're doing more than enough damage, but we might have to dig for a energy retrieval or some more energy, but yeah. I mean, things were fairly successful overall. I just can't believe we prized Braixen as well. Yeah, we must have prized Braixen. Right. Ooh, boss. Not useful this turn, but could have been. And I think we don't actually, do we need to do anything else? I think we might just have enough damage here. Not quite. Alright, we are 1 energy short. I'm going to waste these because we don't need them. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to play them. Yeah, I'll just waste that. I'll keep that one for later just in case we need it, but I think we're chill at this point. He says that, and we whiff by 1 energy. We whiff by 1 energy. That is brutal. I can't believe that. We whiff by 1 energy. 2 rare candies down. 3 rare candies down. Did we have any... Okay, we have a rare candy left. Do we have a Night Stretcher, though? Yeah, we do. It's again a bit stressful, I'm not going to lie. We will do Energized Storm. Yeah, I mean, flipping Emboar might have to clutch up here, potentially. We'll see. I mean, they're a fool if they don't retreat, so, like, that is so annoying. I can't believe we were 1 energy short. Yeah, we'll see how this one goes. Because we still need the last rare candy. Wow, that is a choice. Okay. I mean, No, we have just won. Never mind. I'm being silly. I could have won with Pignite, actually. That would have been funny. But yeah, no, we do win off Emboar. So that's cool. Okay, we topped their red candy anyway. But yeah, we just recycle all these energy. Then we find 7 of them out the deck. And then that will be game. Because we can swing with Emboar for game. Bit of a weird match. Definitely a bit of a weird match. Kind of had me scared there for a second. Those early turns were kind of rough. Like, just trying to get set up was a bit annoying. But yeah, once we got there, it was a lot of damage. It's just like actually getting to that point, you know? Yeah, we'll do that. But yeah, we only need 4 anyway. All right, 120. Nice, easy finish there.